Now, for those who don't know, I've already made a video on the parts upgrade and how to do the upgrade properly, right? There is a technique that I've used that's worked for me 99% of the time. I'm only saying 99% of the time because I haven't done it enough to where I can say for certain that this could never go wrong. But so far, it's pretty good, and it's worked every time for me. Now, that's not the problem I'm having. The problem I'm having is the classic question. What fuse do I even want, right? Now, the Snowfall is a weird weapon. It's a weird weapon to begin with, and it's a weapon I haven't used a lot. And for the most part, I would even say that in-game, I've rarely seen people using the Snowfall. So it's not even something I can really ask advice for. But the clan is telling me basically durability, reload time, and projectile speed. That is what they're saying to get. So I said, you know what? Most of the time, if Puffin tells me to get something, I don't even think twice. I just do what he says, because for the most part, he's right. And I would have assumed it. And I'm not saying, Puffin, you were wrong. What I'm saying is I found something interesting, okay? This is what I found, and I'm going to test it and show you. So as you see, I just fused a couple to see what I got off the bat and what I had to work with to make my adjustments, right? The first one I got was durability, projectile charge time, and projectile speed. Now, the one thing you need to look at, you have to look at here, isn't the fuse, but the percentage. Because if two fuses are very similar and one percentage is double or even more than double, that's obviously going to play a factor here, right? That's going to actually be the most important thing you look at is the actual number next to the fuse. So durability is 10%. Listen, I'll be honest with you. Durability, resistance, I couldn't care less which one I get, right? What we're really looking at are these second two fuses here, right? So the projectile charge time is 20%, the projectile speed is 25%, and then if you look at this one right here, resistance 10%, whatever, but the reload time is only 10%, and the rate of fire is 25. So the rate of fire and the projectile speed are both 25, they even each other out, those are equal. So the reload time is 10%, and then the projectile charge time is 20%. Now, the charge time is the time it takes from when I press the button to the time when the rockets will come out. Then the weapon starts to reload, okay? Now, listen and hear me out, because this might get confusing, but really think about this. Rate of fire and reload. So the rate of fire means those three projectiles come out faster, which starts the reload quicker, and then the reload is even faster because of the fuse. So you would think that the right side would be faster or would get them out quicker, right? This one only really has the charge time. The projectile speed is not going to make a difference in whether or not the reload activates or is faster or whatnot. The only thing that's going to matter here is that the charge time is going to shoot faster. So this one technically should be slower, right? You would think? Okay, well, check this out. Now, I'm just going to hold down the button and let's see. Watch the reloads on the bottom. Here we go. Now, you're going to start to really notice very quickly how much faster this left side really is. Which doesn't make a lot of sense because, like I said, you would think the rocket's coming out faster, reloading faster. That would make a faster weapon. That would allow the rockets to empty out faster. But it's not happening. The left side is actually a lot quicker. So much so that now I'm thinking that the fuse that I really want has nothing to do with reload time. Pretty weird, right? So what I'm thinking is keeping this. No, just keeping this the way it is. I think this might be the way to go. The only thing I was thinking about was, would rate of fire be better and would it make it even faster? But then I thought to myself, no, that wouldn't make any sense. Because the rate of fire and the projectile charge time, it's 25% regardless, right? But now look at this. Watch them side by side. They don't seem much difference. The only difference is that they're a little bit closer. But very minimal. But the one thing is for sure is that those left rockets, they get there way quicker. So obviously, the projectile speed is the one I want, right? So this right here is literally the perfect fuse off of the bat. And that's my opinion. I'm still going to say that, even though I just showed you and proved to you that it's not. It's literal fact. But again, this is just something I've realized. And I thought to myself, yeah, this is awesome. Like, I did all this testing and I didn't record any of it. So I was like, I need to show people this because this is very important. You know, anytime you're fusing a weapon, do a little test like this, you know, fuse it how I did it. I bought a bunch of them. I fused 2, 2, and 2 until I only had like 1 or 2 left. And then I looked at the fuses I had and I used those to test. Now, if you don't have the money or the resources, the capability or the mindset to do that, you can always go to exhibition, right? Type in the weapon you're looking for. And then the ones that you're using, make sure that they have the fuses you're trying to test. You see what I'm saying? So then you can sit there and test the reload, the rate of fire, and see the difference. Get a feel for it. I hope this goes to show you that in the world of perfect fuses, sometimes they do actually exist. It just takes a little bit of testing and a little extra, you know? That's why I wanted to make this video, just to show you guys, because it's one thing for me to tell you, and no matter what I always say, it's my opinion, just because, but if I can really show you what I'm saying, I think the point gets across a little bit better. And if you didn't understand what I was saying about fusing, using stabilizers and getting the fuses you want the fastest, so using the least amount of parts, using the least amount of stabilizers, I'm going to link that video right at the end. So once the fire goes and the 2 boxes pop up, the video on the left will show you how to upgrade the quickest using stabilizers the right way. You only have to do it a couple of times to get the perfect fuse. If you're doing it more than that, you're doing it wrong. It should only take you like 9 for 3. I think it's like 9 or something like that. You only need 1 extra, literally, of an item. But I'll link that video at the end. Hope this video helped, and I know that video will help because I know it helped. I've been told it helps, and I've done it. Like I said before, not just saying this, I'm showing you. So thanks for watching. Have a great day in the world of Crossout. We have some new events. Look out for the new events video later today. Deuces.